Arsenal Fan TV America, welcome back. New episode. Today's episode is about Champions League, baby. We're back. Champions League football is back. As you all know, the most important for any footballer in the world to be a part of. Not to just win, just to be a part of. As we all know, last time City won it. The final was in Turkey. And it was Manchester City versus Inter Milan. And City was able to win the Champions League for the first time ever. Yes, for the first time ever, Manchester City were able to win the Champions League after 136 years they've been around. So it was very important to them. It's very important to everyone. We're going to break it down, every single group, their country, where they're from. So we're going to tell you Group A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. 8 groups time 4 teams. We call it the round of 32. What happens in the groups rounds and what does that mean? Before we go forward, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that button right now. Don't forget to subscribe and also like and share. We're also going to talk about Arsenal a little bit, of course, a lot. We're going to talk about the possibility of who wins it. What is the percentage this year? The number 1, 2, and 3 that are up there in the race that we could say will win it. And would Arsenal be one of them? What are the expectations? And we'll see also how our group breaks down and when will Arsenal play their first game. It's coming around, of course. It's next week around the corner. Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll see the first games of the Champions League this year or this season, 2023-2024. So let's go right away to each and every group and let's break them down and see who plays in what group and what country do they come from. First, we're going to go to Group A. Group A has Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Club Copenhagen, and Galatasaray. Of course, you all know Bayern Munich, German club, won the Champions League before, very well-known club. That is actually up there in maybe the top 5 to win it all. Players like Jamal Musiala, Leroy Sané, Thomas Muller, Serge Gnabry, Goretzka, Kimmich. You got big names everywhere. Mazraoui, right back. You got also Davies, right, left back, quickest in the world. You got 2 best defenders in the world in Upamecano and De Ligt. Strong. Bayern Munich, very strong. Same group, Group A, Manchester United is in it. Erik ten Hag having all kinds of problems in Manchester United with players. The fans don't like, the Glazers, the owners of Manchester United. The manager is having problems, lots of problems with players. You hear stories about it comes to be true these days, and we're seeing a whole lot of what he said, back then is happening those days. So, hey, it is what it is. I don't feel bad for them. I don't really care about them. Sorry, Manchester United fans, that you're going through this, but not really. Of course, Arsenal just beat Man United 3-1 in that terrific last Premier League game. Premier League is back this week. Also, don't forget, Arsenal is going to play Everton in Goodison Park on Sunday. Come on, you Gunners. We need that win. We need to beat Everton. Back to the Champions League Group A. Manchester United, of course, we all know is English. Third is Copenhagen. That's a club from Denmark. The 4th club is Galatasaray, which is a Turkish club. Let's move on to Group B. And Group B is your most important group. Why? Because it has Arsenal Football Club in it. Yes, Arsenal never won the Champions League. We came so close. 2007, we were playing the final against Barcelona. But we all know and remember, Arsenal fans, that the referee back then robbed us, had a red card early in the game for Jens Lehmann, and actually helped Barcelona win that game pretty much. It was our game. We played amazing football. Thierry Henry and company, we played amazing football. But again, the referee was against us that day, and we couldn't win it, or didn't win it. Move forward. Arsenal now is back in the Champions League football, finally. Thank God for that. That's, it's tough for fans like myself that have been supporting the club for 30 some odd years. 20 some odd years we were in the Champions League. But all of a sudden we go out, and it's been a while now. But finally we're back. Arsenal is back. In the same group, we have Sevilla, of course, the Spanish, club. That's a club that you need to respect. Sevilla, again, history, especially with the UEFA Cup. Now they're in the Champions League. Let's see what they're gonna do. PSV Eindhoven, we played them last year in the Europa League. We saw what happened. It wasn't pretty for Arsenal. It wasn't. So we need to, this year we need to be much, much better playing PSV Eindhoven that don't have the same manager. We all know the Dutch or the team from Holland won their league in their country last year, played great football under Van Nistelrooy. This year he's not with them, but now they're in the Champions League after winning their own league, and they're not also someone you kind of disrespect. It's a good club. They've been around forever. They play good football. And fourth is Lens. Let me tell you, Lens, PSG couldn't beat Lens last year when they had Messi, and that's a French team, of course, play for Ligue 1. They had Messi, PSG had Messi, had Mbappe and Neymar, and they couldn't beat Lens in 2 games. So, strong group for Arsenal, Group B, Arsenal, Sevilla, and PSV and Lens. And it's going to be interesting. You know what, to be honest with you, I don't really know what to expect from Arsenal in group stages. It's a bunch of new players that are playing the Champions League. Maybe, a couple in the whole squad that has Champions League football. Of course, Kai Havertz. We also have Jorginho. But I'm not sure how we're going to pan out in this group. We have to take it serious. If we do, we're very, very capable of beating all 3 clubs on any given day. But, of course, we all know Arsenal don't show up every time consistently, and it's been the pattern with us. So hopefully we're consistent this time, and hopefully we just get out of group stages and get into the next stage. So, going next, Group C, and Group C will have Real Madrid, Napoli, Club Brugge, and Union Berlin. Of course, Real Madrid won it more than anyone else. They won the Champions League 14 times. They're coming back. They're strong. They don't have a striker yet. Of course, Karim Benzema left. Mbappe didn't go there. They got, Joselo, but he's not that, caliber of Mbappe and whatnot. So we'll see what Real Madrid do. But of course, they still have Rodrigo. They still have Bellingham now. And of course, they have Vinicius Jr. So what a team. I think Real Madrid's name is up there also with clubs that may win the whole entire thing, the Champions League. With them, of course, we know the Italian Napoli. Real Madrid did not win La Liga last year. Barcelona did, just so we know. Going next to Napoli, the Italian giants that did win the Scudetto Serie A. Club Brugge from Portugal. And the fourth is Union Berlin, and that's a German club. That was Group C for you. Again, Real Madrid and Napoli, I think, will be the 2 that go through. But we'll see. Next, we go to Group D. Group D has Inter Milan, runner-up last year, as we all know, played the Italian giant. Inter Milan is from Italy, Internazionale. They played Manchester City in the final in Turkey, and City were able to win that game. With them in Group D, we have Benfica, which of course is a Portuguese club, Salzburg, Germany, and Real Sociedad. It's a Spanish club from La Liga. Group D, you ask me who would go through. I will tell you right now, hopefully Real Sociedad, because it has Kieran Tierney, he's on loan, of course, Arsenal player. Inter will go through, and one of the 3 will join. Maybe Benfica, maybe again Real Sociedad. They play good football, and we could see they played a couple of games in the Spanish league already, and they're playing very, very good football. So I would think that maybe Inter Milan will take Real Sociedad and qualify to the next round. Group E will have Atletico Madrid from, of course, Atletico Madrid. They won La Liga a couple of years ago from Spain. They have Feyenoord, which is a Dutch club from Holland. Lazio, Italian. And then Celtic, which we all know, of course, Scottish. So that's Group E for you. Next will be Group F. And Group F will have Paris Saint-Germain, of course. We all know the French giant that would love to win a Champions League. Paris Saint-Germain will also have Borussia Dortmund from Germany. Very famous club again, and almost won the German Bundesliga last year, but Bayern Munich were able to snatch it from them with Jamal Musiala's beautiful goal at the 90th some odd minute. So they lost it right at the end. Next, they have also Group F is AC Milan from Italy, of course, another giant, and Newcastle United from England. So PSG, Dortmund, Milan, and Newcastle, to me, that's the group of death, which is the toughest group. This is the toughest group in the competition, to be honest with you. Looking at it this year, Paris Saint-Germain, Dortmund, Milan, and Newcastle, they're all strong. I can't tell you that maybe Paris Saint-Germain and Dortmund have the best chances, maybe. But maybe we see AC Milan, maybe we see Newcastle. I'm not sure. However, I don't see Newcastle qualifying to the next round based on their start this year to the Premier League. I may be wrong, but I, of course, see Paris Saint-Germain. I see Borussia Dortmund also as both the strongest candidate in this group. We'll see what happens. You cannot say no to Milan, and of course, you can't say no to Newcastle. We go next to Group G, and Group G will have the champions from last year, Manchester City, of course, English club. Number 2, they'll have RB Leipzig from Germany. They play great football. They also have Crvena Zvezda, which is a Serbian club. I know a lot of you never heard of it. And finally, they have the Swiss team. Every year, almost, they're in the Champions League, Young Boys from Switzerland. And that's Group G for you. And of course, we know Manchester City and RB Leipzig, it should be really easy for them to qualify because only 2, remember, every team will play 1, 2, 3 games home and 1, 2, 3 games away. So they play everyone at home and then they play everyone away in their group. So, of course, after they play each other's, we'll have points. If you win, you get 3 points. If you draw, you get 1 point. If you lose, you get 0. And based on the accumulation of points, we'll see who got the most amount of points, and then they qualify to the next round, which is the knockout stages, which is the round of 16. So for Group G, I think Manchester City, RB Leipzig will be the first and second team to qualify, and the rest will have to go home because, again, only 2 qualifies to the next round, which is the round of 16. 16 teams will make it. 16 teams will not make it. Now we go next to Group H. Group H have Barcelona from Spain, of course, the La Liga winner from last year. FC Porto from Portugal. Shakhtar Donetsk from the Ukraine, of course. And then the Belgium Royal Antwerp FC. And listen, sometimes, some of these clubs will surprise you, play great football, and will get a win here or there. But in the Champions League, we all know that the giant clubs are the ones that really go through. Of course, Barcelona is the strongest in this group. FC Porto is a good club. Shakhtar Donetsk, the same thing. I don't know about, Antwerp. I'm not sure they're going to qualify. So I would say Barcelona will go next round and will probably take Shakhtar Donetsk with them. They're a very strong team, organized, and they're very motivated. And that was the last group, Group H. Let's go back real quick and talk about Arsenal. Arsenal, as we know, Group B, have Sevilla with them. They have Lens and PSV Eindhoven. Our first game will be on match day 1, September 20th. So it won't be a Tuesday, it would be Wednesday. It would be the second day of match day 1 games. We will play who? Play PSV Eindhoven, and we will play them home at the Emirates. Absolute must win. Non-negotiable. If you draw or if you lose, I don't know what would I say, because it's not acceptable. So absolutely a must-win game at the Emirates. Now, last time out, they came to the Emirates. We all know it was a very tough game. They made it a very tough game, and we don't want to go through that again. But I think personally that Arsenal will win this game. Again, not just because they need to, because we're much better than PSV Eindhoven. Our players, player for player, position for position. We also have the home field advantage. We're playing at the Emirates. 60,000 is going to turn up. Absolutely, we're going to show up for this game. It's always a full house Champions League football. So we need to win. We need to win. The other game would be Sevilla and Lens. They're playing at the same exact time, and they're playing in Spain. So come on, you Gunners. We're back at the Champions League. Jadon Sancho. So it wasn't Cristiano Ronaldo. That was the problem. Actually, whatever Cristiano Ronaldo said back there before he exited Manchester United. And that's the most important thing, that we are back in it. I think our group is not the group of death. I think we can beat Sevilla, Lens, and PSV Eindhoven if we're playing our football, Arsenal football that we all know. Look at our players and look at every other squad. So player for player, we win. Again, the Emirates, we play Premier League. We have every right to go through to the next round, the rounds of 16. Again, like I said earlier, don't forget we're playing Everton next in the Premier League. That's on Sunday. We got to win that game first, one game at a time, and then PSV on a Wednesday night back at the Champions League football, which we all love. I'm just waiting to hear that Champions League song playing out through the Emirates. Good luck, you Gunners. Let's do something this year. Let's try and go all the way. Let's play our football that we know we can play. Let's be consistent playing the football we know we can't play. Let's be consistent. Let's be consistent because that's the team that wins the Champions League. It's the team that is most consistent. Good luck to us this year, 23-24, both Premier League and Champions League. From Arsenal Fan TV America, we'll come back to you after each and every day of Champions League football with a new episode to tell you what happened, what we did, and what other clubs also did. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a terrific rest of your week and a great weekend with a great win against Everton. See you next time.